We are back. We are back for round two today. Hey, listen. JD hasn't done podcasts in a couple days, and he's a little bit hoopy. He's a little. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. That's what he is right now. Mountain Dew. He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew. That's okay. That's okay. Now we were talking about turf. It sucks. Now I read an article. I talked about the hybrid. The Spurs stadium has artificial turf is slit film turf, which has been removed from 6 stadiums. 2 stadiums, MetLife and Ford Field, have replaced their turf. Viking safety Lewis Sign broke his leg on the turf and later called it sketchy. And they're going to play 2 games a year. Will be the official home in the UK, hosting 2 games a year through 2029-30 season. Now, NFL Players Association doesn't like it. The league and its players can't agree on whether turf now in 14 of the 30 stadiums actually causes more injury. NFLPA in April cited a study claiming grass fields allow for 16% less lower body injuries. NFL pointed to a third-party data showing no such evidence and doubled down on that yesterday. Players are unhappy. David Bakhtiari said, "You can care more about soccer players than us. For the World Cup, they're going to put grass down," and I don't disagree. I more injuries. Harris always talks about it. It's not good. They got to get rid of it. Eagles Nation said that we have to play 2 games twice this season. Have to play the Jets and the Giants at MetLife Field. We'll see what happens going forward. The NFL Players Association Executive Director Lloyd Howell is not a fan of it. Says, when the World Cup comes, soccer team come to visit in summer, the inferior artificial surfaces aren't acceptable for them, but are acceptable for our players who are getting paid millions of dollars, and it's not for long the league. I agree. And Quinton Williams had a great comment about Xavier Gibson and his game-winning touchdown. He said that was a fucking undrafted free agent who worked his fucking ass off to be who he is. He made the fucking team, and you see the electrifying speed and the stuff he just did. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Free agent. Didn't know made it roster until a week ago where they messed with him, making it seem like he was going to get released, and he's not. He was the 3rd punt return in for a TD in NFL overtime history. Patrick Peterson did it 2011 for the Cards, and Tamarick Vanover, 95 for the Chiefs. Crazy, right? Yeah, Chris Clemmer wrote on Barstool, "I haven't been this nervous for a game since Testaverde blew out his Achilles in week 1, and then it happens." Yeah, I guess we're going to see what happens. And the Giants. So Andrew Thomas sore, and he could miss some time. He may not miss some time. If he doesn't play, then Matt Pert is the team's backup, but he got hurt. So their he was a 3rd-round pick in 2020. Said after the game he's okay. If he doesn't play, Josh Azudu, who was battling for a spot at left guard during training camp, is also an option at left tackle. Played left guard and left tackle at UNC, and he played the final 14 offensive snaps. Then he got, so he's a possible. But that's another thing. Now you have line problems, and the Eagles have a 3rd and 5, 5:24 left. They're up by 6. They're up 27-7. And again, for the 2nd week in a row, they're blowing a team out. The game should be over. And now we have a 3rd and 5 where he's got to get a first down or else. And goddamn, A.J. Brown with the first down catch. They can use another 2 minutes of clock. The Vikings have 3 timeouts. I don't know if they're going to start taking timeouts or I guess we're going to see what happens. But that was a huge 3rd and 5. And Darren Waller, who was dealing with a hamstring issue last season, is now dealing with a nerve issue now in the hamstring, which I can't believe. He had 3 catches, 36 yards, 5 targets, played 38 total snaps. Is this going to be a problem the rest of the season? They need him to play. Oh my God, Swift just took off. God damn. Wonder who has him. God damn. Yeah, he is playing his ass off. God damn, he has a burst of speed. Lions gave him up for basically nothing. He just went through that secondary like a blip. I'll tell you, Eagles look damn. I know they're blowing a lead today, but Eagles look fat. And Swift, who I thought was great for the Lions, I don't know if he ever really reached his potential, but he was a hell of a college player. He looks great tonight. I mean, he looks phenomenal. So we'll see what happens going forward on that front. Jeez Louise. But yeah, and I'm concerned about Waller. He's 31 and 20 games between 21 and 22 seasons, and now a nerve issue. I'm hoping that it's nothing serious, but it could be. We're gonna see what happens. And Dable said he difficult conversations. Do you think so? Maybe you should. The conversation you should have, the most difficult one, is with your fucking self. Like, look in the mirror. How do you blow a 40-0? How do you play opening day at home? I don't care if it's a rain or whatever. How do you do it that bad? I mean, good God, that game was embarrassing. Yeah, they're playing the Cardinals. Go on Arizona and burn the tape, and they better show up, man. They best be showing up because that was embarrassing. And Dobbs is going to start week 2 for the Cardinals. Darren Orlovsky said about Joshua Allen that he needs to grow up. I agree. Yeah. Oh, and then this reporter said there's no control. There was a hot mic. So this reporter, Matty Glab, who covers the Bills, so there's no control over Stephon Diggs. Dude's going to do what he wants to do. He'll look at my face and say, fuck you. That's how he treats everybody. And then she apologizes like I shouldn't have said it. Oh, well, he's fine. But he didn't like the comment, and the reporters, you know what? And then she had to backtrack and say, oh, you said it. She fessed up that she said it, which is good. She apologized. But you got a hot mic, man. Got to be careful. I guess they're waiting and they get pissed off. And, you say stuff and you're like, shit. I had an ex that I was talking shit about her mother, and I didn't know the microphone was on the whole goddamn time. I mean, the phone was, I thought I hung up the phone. She heard everything. So we've all done it. We've all done crazy shit like that, man. Sometimes I say something, I don't think about it. Wow. Okay, messed up. Receivers are divas, and move on from there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And Lindsay D'Arcangelo, who's sports writer, lives up in Buffalo, said Buffalo right now, including me, can't believe I stayed up for that. Yes, same shit, same place, different day, he said. Last year, multiple times he put Monday's loss on himself. I hurt our team, cost our team tonight. I'm the reason we lost. Thank you, Collie Harvard, for that one. Booger said, just because Josh Allen is an alien as an athlete, that shouldn't absolve him from being a turnover machine, which I totally agree. He leads the league in turnovers since entering the NFL, since 2018. Bills won't win a Super Bowl with him until he learns how to manage a game. Yeah, sometimes he gets crazy. And, 29 of 41, 236 yards passing, 1 passing TD, 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions and a fumble, 5 sacks, 6 rushes for 36 yards. And how about their possessions in week 1? Punt, field goal, interception by Allen, touchdown, Allen to Diggs, field goal, interception, Josh Allen, punt, interception, Josh Allen, fumble, Josh Allen, field goal, punt, OT. And that was a terrible drive in overtime. I agree with Joshua. Terrible drive. 83 turnovers since entering the league in 2018, the most in the NFL. And, even Dak has 66 in 2018. But he was pressured on 26% of his dropbacks, 10th lowest of any quarterback. He took 9 hits, 3rd most, 5 sacks, 5th most, while being sacked on 11% of his dropbacks, 5th most. So he wasn't pressured that much, and they still got a bunch of sacks on him. Last 19 games, 20 interceptions, 17 fumbles, averaging 2 picks, fumbles per game. That's way too high, man. But I'll tell you, I would take him in a heartbeat, if he was available, in a heartbeat. And now, crazy, right? There's a documentary on Damar Hamlin in the works. Road to Recovery. Did We Win? Began production when Hamlin underwent immediate treatment in the hospital per deadline. All right, yeah, good. He met with Biden, all the stuff he did. Red Cross, the Smart Heart Sports Coalition, nonprofit Chasing M's Foundation, teaming up with American Heart, American Red Cross, several other groups. Skydance Sports and NFL Films are expected to help produce. So they're down now. Without 30. We got 4:08 left, 34-21. You got to catch that ball, man. They're going to be 0-2. And Lael Collins was recovering from a knee injury and was released by the Bengals. And they said if the Bengals aren't using him, no one else is. So we'll see how that goes. And Jerry Jones says Dak is the best leader. Yeah. The D is the leader, big guy. But that's what he said at 105.3 The Fan. John Fossil said he prayed throughout last season that safety Wanya Thomas wouldn't get poached from practice squad by another team. New in 2022 camp, we got ourselves a guy. Okay, you got yourself a guy. Now, Jefferson just did a first down thing. They're down 34-21, 3:58 left, pointing the ball and everything. Dude, I know you're having a great game, but get back to the huddle. You know what? Great. You made a catch. I mean, they're all over you. You're phenomenal, but you're losing the game by 13. You got to get a touchdown, get the ball back, and there goes Cousins. Wow, the arm strength. That's what's amazing to watch with that. Get out of bounds. He stayed in bounds. Dude, you're an idiot. Oh my God. So the clock's still running. They call the flag, stop the clock, but come on, that's ridiculous. I think they're going to go holding on the Vikings. Yeah. And Hayden Hurst leads the Panthers in all receiving categories. 5 catches, 41 yards. That's great. All right. Panthers receivers only caught 8 of 15 targets from Bryce Young. All these guys saying unacceptable, took blame for the loss, blah, blah, blah. 20 of 38, a buck 46, touchdown, 2 interceptions. Lowest PFF grade among rookie quarterbacks, 31. Stroud was 55, and Richardson was 49.3. And J.C. Horn hamstring will miss several weeks. They picked up Tariq Cohen, the former Bear, to the practice squad. Hasn't played since September 2020. Tried to come back last year and was doing a live stream, an Instagram live, and ended up blowing out his Achilles. So now it's 1st and 20. They're not doing anything. So yeah, J.C. Horn, hamstring injury suffered against the Falcons. You know, the main goal this season was staying on the field, lasted part of 2 quarters. He could have surgery. So they have a former first-round pick, C.J. Henderson, who has turned out to be a bust wherever he's gone. He's going to start, I think, for them going forward. He could have surgery. Tyron Smith returned for the final 4 games after having hamstring surgery in late August. Yeah, I mean, Henderson has not been good since he came over in 2021. Horn was the number 8 pick 2021 out of South Carolina. Only 3 games of the rookie season. He broke his wrist last season, and now he's hurt again. And he got hurt while working on his own and missed the rest of OTAs when he hurt his ankle back in June. I'm like, damn. No bueno. No bueno. And Toy Story, because I remember the NHL did the Big City Greens this past season, Washington, New York Rangers. Well, they're going to do a Toy Story with all the Toy Story characters. Week 4 in London, Falcons, Jaguars, a fully animated real-time game action set in Annie's room, a.k.a. the main setting of Toy Story movies. Now, if you like that stuff, it's kind of cool. I got tired of watching some of the stuff I like. They had a chicken ref, so they might have some good animation, but Toy Story animated for a football game, is that going to make kids want to watch the game? I mean, that's a long time to watch football with characters. I don't think it's going to be interesting enough, but, you know, they're always throwing shit out there. The picture I have up now is of, and I love it, is of Flash Gordon, and it says King of the Impossible, All Pro. Freaking, I love this stuff. I love it. Flash Gordon, quarterback, New York Jets. I love that move. Love Flash Gordon. Travis Kelce was hanging out with Taylor Swift. They're hanging out. Just hanging out, folks. Just hanging out. But he's trending to play in week 2. I also saw that Chris Jones, 1-year contract with incentives, 19.5. Well, he allows him to earn more than 19.5 he's scheduled to make this season. They had 1 sack in the week 1. He had 15 last week, the Chiefs in the loss, 21-20 the Lions. He had 15.5 last season. So the incentives, that's what I wanted to see. The incentives, I was trying to see. But it didn't say what the incentives are. Chris Jones incentives. Chris Jones contract. Chris Jones, worth up to $25 million. So it's worth up to $25 million. Okay, so we got Fox Sunday. Really good Sunday games. Roughly $5 million. $1 million for 35% playing time. $1 million for 50% playing time. $1.25 million for 10 sacks. Another $500,000 for 15 sacks. $1 million for first team All-Pro and Super Bowl appearance. $2 million for Defensive Player of the Year and Super Bowl win. All right, so these are all achievable. And they can franchise tag him again next season. Wow. Tag would be $32.4 million next year. a 120% increase of the 2023 number. Well, I guess so we'll see what he gets. They need him, but I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah. I had a Sunday's trip to Jacksonville, going more than one game under 500 for the first time in the Patrick Mahomes era. They've never been under more than one game. Wow. And they just fumbled the ball. They had a penalty, and they just stripped the ball, the Eagles. I love it when teams play like shit like this. Eagles win over the Pats was the most watched Week 1 national game in 8 years, over 21 million. I mean, football is king. Football is goddamn king. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, crazy. They're saying Aaron Jones and Christian Watson could play Week 2. Jones, I watched Jones hurt his hamstring. He was great. 127 total yards on 11 touches, over 11 a carry. And A.J. Dillon, 46 yards and 15 touches. No bueno. Not good at all. And Myles Garrett and Grant Delpit were named PFF's Team of the Week. I mean, listen. Garrett had a sack, 3 hurries, 6 pressures. Delpit led the team in tackles with 7 and had a 91.3 grade. Garrett had an 89.3, and they held my man, who I love, Joe Burrow, to 82 yards. And the Ravens, Justice Hill, so they lost J.K. Dobbins, and Justice Hill, well, that was a great play on the defense. Evans, what a play on defense. Got there right on Hawkinson. That was a play. But this is interesting with Chris Towers. Justice Hill had a ruptured Achilles in this past, has never had more than 10 carries in an NFL game. I mean, they could be without 6 starters against the Bengals. Marcus Williams, Peck, offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley, knee, center Tyler Linderbaum, ankle, cornerback Marlon Humphrey, foot, and tight end Mark Andrews, quadricep. I got to pick another defense. I got to pick a new defense. Williams might miss significant time with the pec and might need surgery. And Chase Claypool might be inactive because of his blocking. Matt Eberfluss was not happy with him. He said perimeter blocking, you got to improve. That's something he's got to be. I mean, they said his effort was lacking, and he could miss Sunday at Tampa Bay. And they said he did not play well against Green Bay. And I mean, this is a guy they traded. They sent a number 32 pick in the draft to Pittsburgh for Claypool last November. I mean, he's had 14 catches, 140 yards. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Hawkinson. God damn. Is that a second touchdown? That is a second touchdown. So now it's 1:10 left. They're down by a touchdown. Motherfucker. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Yeah. So we'll see. Claypool. Rashawn Johnson, the 4th-round pick out of Texas. 55 yards from scrimmage, a touchdown. He could get more playing time. That's a guy I like too. I want to see if nobody pick. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about trading for him. I'm going to see if he's available. I might pick him up. That's a guy I'm going to look into. We'll see what's going to happen. Bengals, please. Yeah, you got a new haircut. Burrow, he said, when you have a game like that, new haircut. Come on, dude. Bobby Wagner, 81 snaps, 19 tackles Sunday for the Seahawks. I mean, that guy's a beast. I mean, he's amazing. And they just signed 9-time Pro Bowler Jason Peters, Jason Peters is, how old is Jason Peters? Is he 41 for the line? I mean, Jason Peters, good God. I mean, it's not like a young guy. 41 years old. He's going to be 42 in January. Holy shit. Holy shit. He's in the NFL's 2010 All-Decade team. And Cameron Hayward, groin injury, multiple weeks. So Keanu Benton, who played well this past week, a second-round 49th pick out of Wisconsin, is going to get up more playing time. He played well, but he could be out 8 weeks. And Deontay Johnson going to be out a few weeks with a hamstring injury. George Pickens, like the Instagram post, nobody to get that man the ball, though. I guess he's not a Kenny Pickett fan. Now they're trying an onside kick. And actually, I think the ball's flat on the ground. Oh, and they call the timeout. The Eagles. We'll see where that goes. And how about this Mayfield? Game tied 17. He appeared destined to be tackled for loss by the Vikings cornerback Byron Murphy Jr. He dealt the punishment. He gave a stiff arm, and then he said, "Get your fucking weight up, little boy. Get that fucking weight up. They went crazy, and they ended up with 2017. But they were going crazy. He threw for $173, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, couple big runs. That's all. That's what I was saying to Gumbo Chef. If he could throw for like 200 yards, Zach Wilson against the Cowboys, and a couple touchdowns, no interceptions, then I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I just want him to. He's got to contribute. So no turnovers, a touchdown or 2, I would take it. 200 yards of passing, I'd be happy with. But like Mayfield, no interceptions. Had a couple runs. Trash talking. Players love that shit. Brandon Ayuk won NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Nick Bosa is going to go full go this week. And safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson of the Lions wants everybody to wear blue ski masks, which is kind of a crazy look. But he said, from what I've seen, we got probably the most ruthless fans in the game. Oh, my God. Did they get the onside kick? Oh, little hands. Nope, they didn't. Okay, so they got the ball. From talking crap, they feed off of us. They yelled the loudest last week, and that was a home game for KC. You're going to see on Sunday blue masks, ski masks everywhere. What Coach Brad say? We villains, right? It's part of us. It's just the culture. I'm changing it. All right. It ain't the same Detroit. It ain't the same Detroit. It is not a motherfucking fire drill. And Drake London, this is from Adam Harstad, said Drake London's pace in Ritter's 4 starts last year works out to 106 catches for 1,415 yards. He had 47% of Ritter's gross passing yards last year. That's amazing. And Ross Tucker compared Taysom Hill, said he's the best pure football player I can think of. Meanwhile, he can't start quarterback. He's like a jack. He's not really great at anything. He said he's one of the best players ever, that he's like Jim Thorpe, like the perfect football player. He said, I might have said one of the best pure football players, one of the best all-around football players. I'm not talking about a Hall of Famer all-time greats like Tom Brady or Lawrence Taylor or Jerry Rice. He can run with speed, can run with power. He started games as a quarterback. He's a kickoff returner, makes tackles on the punt team and the kickoff team. And Mr. Patrick from his Dan Patrick was like, is it good enough to start at any positions he plays? And then he's a great curiosity, but not a great football player. He then labeled Hill a very versatile football player, which isn't inaccurate. So, I mean, slow your roll. NFL kickoff audience increases to 27.5 million. Most watched kickoff games since 2015. Yeah, crazy, right? And you got Juju Smith-Schuster. This is from Andrew Callahan. The season opener told you that Juju Smith-Schuster is not your 4th, not your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, maybe your 5th option. And multiple teams have confirmed as much. And he hasn't been the man in a while. He's good, not great. Seems like he's more into his TikTok than he is to playing football. But I was like, God damn, dude. Yeah, I'm not sold on him. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I just Juju. I was looking at his stats last year. He did have a good year for the. He had a good year for the. He was okay last year. He wasn't great. He almost 1,000 yards. Okay, so last year he had 78 catches, 933, 3 touchdowns. Before that, he hadn't done much the last 3 years. Been injured. I mean, he had 1,400 yards in 2018, 111 catches, 1,426 yards, 7 touchdowns. And after that, I mean, 9 touchdowns with Pittsburgh in 2020. I don't think he's that guy anymore. I mean, and you know what? They make you look small pretty quickly. Tyreek Hill's going for his 100 yards for a 5th straight time. That's crazy, right? That's wild. He had 11 catches, 215, 2 touchdowns against the Chargers. Yeah, they're going to be in trouble. Yeah. Yeah, the Patriots think that Jonathan Jones, who held him to 7 catches for 88 yards, I don't know. Dolphins are 3-point favorites. And you see this about Stetson Bennett? He's going on the reserve non-football illness list, but they didn't say for what. He missed the first game because of right shoulder injury. They picked him with the 4th round out of Georgia, who won 2 straight national championships. I don't know. And next year, the NFL is going to expand practice squads on all 32 teams to include 1 international player, helping to create more football opportunities for athletes. I think that's cool. I like the international player. brings, they're trying to make the game internationally and make it more an international game. And, hey, I think it's kind of cool. And we'll see where it goes. You got college football, South Carolina at Georgia. South Carolina looks terrible. I just don't think they're that good. Georgia's favored by 27.5. Washington, Michigan State. Mel Tucker suspended. So you're going to have Michael Penix is going to come in for Washington and be like foaming at the mouth. Yeah, I don't know. I think, Michigan State's a 16-point underdog. Then you got Tennessee at Florida. Yeah, Napier. Yeah, Tennessee's a 6.5-point favorite. They haven't won in Gainesville often enough to be, but they're still a good team. I mean, they're coming off the Orange Bowl last year and Joe Milton. They ran the ball more game one. We're going to see what happens. And Minnesota's going to UNC. That should be good. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on, right? Favorite time of the years. My favorite time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Okay, so now we got a fourth down. We got 1st and 10, 7 seconds left. Minnesota with the ball, and they just called a timeout. So we got time to kill. And I was, oh my God. Yeah. Well, that's what I get for doing my show late at night. But that's the way I roll. I hadn't done anything. I'm like, I got to keep it going. And that's the way I roll. Yeah, Colorado game day is already there. So is Fox, high noon. Northwestern's at Duke. Well, Michigan is hosting. I don't know. Michigan's playing some shitty team. Oh, no? I'm trying to see Florida. I don't think Michigan's even on here, but Michigan is playing some shitty team. Oh, Bowling Green, which is not a football game. And how about this? The fans at Alabama in Texas's win down in Tuscaloosa made racist remarks. They said they should go back to the projects. They threw beer cans, water bottles, spit. Yeah, not good. I mean, that's classless. That is fucking classless. So we're going for it. I guess they're going to throw the ball all over the place. He's going for a throw, and how many yards did he throw it? He threw it. Holy shit. Wow. He threw that ball 58 yards. Over. So Texas Alabama was ESPN's most watched college football game since 2015, averaging 8.8 and peaking at 10. They have Scarlet out Saturday versus Vatech Rutgers. Colorado, I love this from Deion Sanders. Sanders don't have time, He got to deliver the gifts. He ain't got time to enjoy his cookies. And Jay Norville criticized Deion yesterday when he said on his weekly coaches show that Deion should take his hat and glasses off when he talks to grown-ups because that's what his mother taught him. And he did not like that comment at all. He felt he got disrespected. Yeah, he always wears them. Yeah, that's his thing. That's his style. So it should be interesting. Yeah, comments came after he said his players have had to do videos with ESPN this week in the build-up to the game. He said they came away from that with a chip on their shoulder. They're tired of all that stuff. Yeah, that's what my mom taught me. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you know what? I mean, whoever thought there'd be this much hype for Colorado State? I didn't. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? My God. Oh. So Colorado State is a 23.5-point underdog. We'll see what happens. So, I mean, hey, Matt Rules stepped on the Buffalo's logo midfield before the game. Shedeur Sanders didn't like that. Rules said he didn't mean any respect. He made a general comment about his own team building strategy, but didn't mention Sanders by name or criticize Colorado directly. His own team building strategy. What was that? What is your strategy? Yeah. Is he outsmarting everybody right now? Yeah, roster. I don't disagree. Yeah, well, I guess we're going to see what happens going forward. Yeah. I'll tell you, man, he is pretty popular right now. Colorado, Nebraska, 8.73, Fox most watched Pac-12 regular season game ever. And Deion says winning requires consistency, focus, detail, solution, and hard work. Are you a winner just because you got there first doesn't mean you won. It just means you got there first. Winners have expectations and won't settle with mediocrity. Or I would say settle for mediocrity. That's what I would say. But yes. Yeah, Nick Saban. thinks that his defensive coordinator Kevin Steele is the real deal. So he likes him. Mel Tucker brought up Harbaugh, and Harbaugh. So this is reportedly, allegedly, that Brenda Tracy, the woman who said, the woman he did the hand job around, that she worked with the Michigan football team in 2018, 2019, and she said via X this year that her communication with the Wolverines fell off in 2021. She learned in April 2022 of a 22-year-old woman who had died by accidental drug overdose. The mother of the girl had partially blamed an alleged 2018 rape perpetrated by a Michigan football player on her daughter's downward spiral that ultimately culminated with the girl's death in 2021. So I guess, he mentioned Brendan Tracy's criticism of Jim Harbaugh. Mel Tucker, I guess he's trying to take the pressure off himself. Dude, you masturbated with a woman who was a sexual assault victim, and you thought it was consensual. What the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, listen, what happened in Michigan is a terrible thing, but nothing's taking the shit smell off you at all. You're fucking ridiculous. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck's wrong. If you have a bad marriage, I feel sorry for you. But come on, dude. That's not the woman. And watch porn. Put on a porn and call it a day. Kyle McCord was named the full-time starter for the Dump. He'd been in a competition with Devin Brown, but I guess he's the guy. And Auburn's Sported Story, which helps with branding, and Auburn's NIL collective On to Victory are launching War Eagle Plus, a streaming video platform airing a number of original series on Tiger, student athletes, and coaches. I guess if you like that shit. Now, Kyle Umlong is the best guy because he bashes Texas repeatedly. He said in 2019-20, Texas A&M made over $3.2 million in concession revenue from all sports. He said ignoring concession revenue split, a 10% Jimbo tax on all concessions in all sports would create an additional $325,000 in annual revenue. If A&M bought out Jimbo today, $76.8 million. Aggies would still be paying for Jimbo's buyout when purchasing beer and popcorn in the year 2259. Aggie Fact Thursday. I thought that was hilarious. Now, the hottest MLB teams, Yankees, so 9-4. Now they're 10-5 after the split today. Atlanta's 10-5. Tampa Bay is 9-5, so is Miami, Baltimore, and Baltimore's 8-5. Julio Rodriguez is phenomenal. Blake Snell dropped his ERA. He had a good pitching game the other day. Yanks 7.5 games out of the wild. Well, so they split today. I think it's pretty much the same. 7.5 games out. Mets 67 and 78. They're 8 games out. They did blow out today. Arizona 11-1. How about that? DeAndre Swift, 175 rushing yards today. Most by Eagles players since LaShawn McCoy had 217 in 2013. $175. Good God, that's a day. So Yankees got the split. Lost 5-0 the first game, won the second game, and Judge hit a grand slam. And Ronnie Mauricio on Tuesday hit a bomb to the upper deck, his first major league home run. And they got Acuna's brother for Scherzer. Scherzer has in his teres major near his lat. He went to throw a ball weird. He twisted. He's out for the year. When I heard he had to leave the game, I said they're shutting him down for the rest of the season. The guy cannot stay healthy. Oh, and that's the most rushing yards by a player born in Philadelphia because DeAndre Swift is from Philly. So incredible. But yeah, so he's done. And Acuna, since coming over for the trade from Texas, 260 in AA, Binghamton, 2 home runs. And they got David Stearns. He's going to become the president of baseball. We'll see if they keep Epler. Alonso, they talked about, Alonso now has 109 RBIs, 43 home runs. He's not going to get his 131 he had last year, but he could challenge for 120. But his average sucks. Yeah. He has 128 strike 3 calls against him this year. He had 183 in 2019. Now, BA BIP measures a player's batting average exclusively on balls hit into the field of play, removing outcomes not affected by the opposing defense, namely home runs or strikeouts. So if a player goes 2 for 5 with a home run and a strikeout, he would have a 30-33 BA BIP. And it's a statistic that does punish home run hitters with low averages. Yeah, and Lindor is another member that's going through the same process. He's having a terrific season with the batting average, without the batting average to back it up. So they won today. I wanted to see. So yeah, I didn't see what I wanted to see what Lindor. Yeah, they Yankees lost 5-0 and won 8-5 the second game. Volpe got a couple hits, but had two errors. Like, dude, you got to get the errors. So Judge went 1 for 2 with a grand slam. His average is down to 254. Volpe is at 211. Volpe, dude, can't get that average. Torres did in 272. So Judge 32 home runs, 62 RBIs. Imagine if he had played a full season. And Schmidt went 5 1/3 with gave up 4 runs, 3 earned, and Peralta got the win, and Canely got the save. But the Mets 11-1 today, and I wanted to see what Lindor did. So they are now 10 games under 500. Lindor went 0 for 3, but Lindor this season 250, 26 home runs, 87 RBIs, and Alonso went 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored. He's got 43. Yeah, and Alonso's hitting 226, 44 home runs, 109 RBIs. Ugly. Ugly. How about the Braves? Dixter BK. Dixter BK. If you want to talk any sports, please. I'm trying. I know it's late at night and nobody really wants to talk sports with me, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. I'll just keep doing my show because that's what gets me going anyway. I mean, I know Josh, everybody goes to go to sleep, but I didn't do a show, and I was like, you know what? This is cathartic. I love doing it. I love talking sports, and it always makes me happy. And got to watch the end of the football game, and now the Braves, most hits 1382, home runs 282, RBIs 824, batting average 275, defensive strikeouts 1387, wins 96. The 282 home runs are the fourth most all time in a single season, 55 more than last year. With 16 games left, they're 26 home runs shy of breaking the Twins MLB single game season record of 307 set in 2019. Now, did they play tonight? And Army's playing Texas San Antonio tomorrow. Memphis beat Navy 28-24, and the U beat Bethune-Cookman 48-7. Trying to see. I think the Braves are off. Oh, they're playing the Marlins this weekend. Braves? No. Giants Rockies were rained out. Brewers are playing some good ball. Rangers beat the Blue Jays. 4-game sweep. Oh, wow. Blue Jays are now 80-67. So that's what I want to see. Standings. Wild card. Okay, so it's Tampa Bay, Texas, Seattle. Toronto's a game and a half out of the third wild behind Seattle. And then Boston 7.5 out, Yankees 7.5 out. You got Philly, Chicago, Cubs, and Giants are the top 3. Actually, the Giants, Cincinnati, and Arizona are all tied for the third. Pittsburgh's 6.5 out. Miami's a half game out. Then Pittsburgh's 6.5 out. San Diego's 6.5 out, and the Mets are 7. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, most division titles in MLB history, 23, but Atlanta doesn't win championships. Next is the Dodgers, 20, Yankees, 20, Athletics, 17, and Cardinals, 15. And Acuna has 199 hits, 335 batting average is 4th. He's one of 4 players with an OPS over 1,000. And they clinched their 6th consecutive division title. Congrats to them. Spencer Strider, the pitcher, said, every day I show up, I feel like I'm playing with the best team. 17-5. Olsen, before going into after Tuesday, Nishan joining the club today. 8 home runs in 10 games. He tied 51 home runs. Andrew Jones, he tied for the franchise record for most home runs in a season. 51. Isn't that crazy? And Julio Rodriguez, who got to the 30-30 club, 389 since August 1st. He was the 3rd player in the bigs this season, intentionally walked with an open base. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. So Toronto holds a tiebreaker over Houston, but not over Texas or Seattle. So they got swept by the Rangers. So what does it matter? Mariners have 7 games left against the Rangers, who have 3 games against the Blue Jays. That's crazy. And Julio Rodriguez, 44th player to ever 30 home runs, 30 steals in a season. Yeah, Alex Manoah, dude. He didn't. He hogged the roster spot in AAA, and he didn't even show up. He had demoted. He was upset about being demoted, so he failed to report to AAA. Dude, are you trying to piss everybody off? Went 16-7, made an All-Star team last year, third in the Cy Young. This year has been shit. Number 11 pick, 2019 out of West Virginia. So his season, 18 starts this year, 3-9 with a 5.87 ERA. You don't give up on pitchers, though. You don't give up on pitchers. So we'll see what happens. Yes. So the Rangers, Springer hit a bouncer comebacker. Scherzer had to distort his body. And then the teres major. It's a small muscle that runs along the lateral border of the scapula. It's sometimes called Lat's little helper. But now it's going to be called I'm out for the season kind of helper. So he's out. And it was the same injury that Verlander suffered this spring. So not good. Not good. And so Texas right now is second in the wild card. Yeah. But they're actually 8 games back. So they're a game up on Seattle for the second. And they're up 2.5 on Toronto, which is big right now. So we'll see what happens. And did you see Acuna against the Phillies? So he hits the home run. And then he does this bird thing, and Thompson, the manager for the Phillies, go, well, we act like we've been there before. He doesn't give a shit. No. Altuve won Player of the Week last week, and Blake Snell against one of the best overs, the Dodgers, on Wednesday, 6 one-hit innings. His ERA is down to 2.43, and 1.31 in the last 20 days. And Dodgers, listen, the pitching staff's a mess. But Maury Wills has a record 130 runs scored in 62. And this year, Freddie Freeman has 120, and Mookie Betts is at 119. And Freddie Freeman, on his birthday on Wednesday, 4 hits, 26 home run. They're 5-6 in September. They can clinch the second NL playoff spot as of Friday. And Mookie Betts tied Charlie Blackmon's MLB record. Most RBIs out of the leadoff spot, 103. 103. Only Charlie Blackmon, who did it in 2017, Darren Erstad did it in 2000 for the Angels, and Alphonse Soriano had 99 in 2002. I mean, that's impressive, right? Yeah. Oh, and they've covered up murals with Julio Urias, who, beating the shit out of his girlfriend. Yeah. Ronald Acuna doesn't really care. He says, if you don't like it, stop it. If you can't stop it, admire it. If you can't admire it, keep it down so everyone else can enjoy the show. He's a cocky motherfucker. He really is a cocky motherfucker. He flapped his arms after hitting his 37th home run. I think he has 64 stolen bases. He's going for a 40-70, 40-80. I mean, they're just like, he just keeps, that's pretty impressive. How about Trey Turner? Last 32 games, 385 batting average, 15 home runs, 38 RBIs. Since he got an ovation on August 4th, 388 batting average. Good God. 54 hits, 16 home runs, 41 RBIs, 27 extra base hits, 114 extra total bases. I mean, good God. Thank you, Jared Carabas, for that. I mean, he's amazing. And he's the second, from Sarah Langs, he's the second shortstop with 11-plus home runs in a 13-game span. Yeah. Goddamn. Right? And then an umpire on Monday night at Coors Field, he got sick. So he left the game. Brian Honora. He started feeling bad, so they ended the game with 3 umpires. He was thrown up or something, Kyle Freeland, the Rocky starter. But, he just left the field and disappeared. Cubs ended up winning the game 5-4. And he's been up since 92. And WNBA, thank God. So there's bonuses coming off a great regular season, 27% increase in viewers, 16% increase in attendance. Players participating in the postseason are due to receive a bonus. Teams eliminated in the first round will receive $1,616. Second round, they get $3,123. Runner-up gets $7,746, and the champions will get $20,000. Good God! I mean, $1,600. I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, that's shit money. You know what? It's almost better if they didn't tell me out loud because I find that really horrifying. I really do. Brianna Stewart was the 2023 AP Player of the Year. She's earned 3 AP Player of the Year awards, most all time. First back-to-back winner, first back-to-back winner, as well as the first Liberty to win the award. She won by 1 point over Asia Wilson. I thought Asia Wilson had a phenomenal season. She did. Yeah, I do. I mean, I think Asia Wilson was the best player. But Brianna Stewart, I love you, but Asia Wilson is a phenomenal player. So they get the Mystics 7:30 on Friday, and their GM Jonathan Kolb, Executive of the Year. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And Brittany Griner got Comeback Player of the Year. She's coming back next season. 17.5 points a game. Thank you, Jason Bristol. And what I see, Diana Taurasi, she's coming back 20th year, and now you got Griner coming back next season. And they got a new rule. It announced changing its players' resting policy. It will focus on star players, and the star players, any All-Star or All NBA team player from the prior 3 seasons, and anyone named to the All-Star mid-season. And the NBA's read out on the details under the policy. Unless a team demonstrates an approved reason for a star player not to participate in a game, then among other things, the team must manage its roster to ensure that no more than one star player is unavailable for the same game. Ensure that star players are available for all nationally television and NBA in-season tournament games. Maintain a balance between the number of one-game absences for a star player in home and road games. Refrain from any long-term shutdowns in which the resting a healthy player to ensure the player is present. If resting a healthy player, ensure the player is present at games and visible for fans. The policy includes exceptions for injuries, personal reasons, and pre-approved back-to-back restrictions based on a player's age, career workload, or serious injury history. So first violation's $100K, seconds $250K, third's is $1 million, fourth is $2 million, and fifth is $3 million. They said Stephen Ballmer, who's worth, I guess, 15 million, can afford it. But I kind of feel like some guys, what's it called, the workload, whatever the hell that goddamn thing's called. I kind of I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I think it's I don't think it's a bad thing. Eagles rush for 259 tonight. 259. I do. I think the load, the whatever it's called, the resting, the load management. I think these guys, it's ridiculous. I think these guys play any game, and then the playoffs come, and they got to go all out, and they haven't really played enough during the regular season, and they're getting paid a fortune. And I mean, fans are paying money to see these games, and the star players aren't there playing the games. I say the first. I think it should start at $1 million and work its way up to $5 million. Stop this 100,000. Put it at $1 million, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and put it up for serious cash where it really hurts teams and hurts the owners. Because 200,000 is bullshit. And to get after 5 offenses, you get up to 3 million. Bullshit. Make it tight from the beginning, and from there, I can't stand that shit. It drives me crazy. It does. All this load management. These guys don't even play. Kevin Porter. Now his girlfriend doesn't want to press charges against him, which is that his girlfriend Kirza Gondrezic isn't cooperating, and it's interesting because her sister, Kaiser's sister, was married to Dwayne Haskins, got killed when he was on, I don't know, something that was fishy, that he got out of his car and walked in on the highway down in Florida and he got hit by a car. She's not bad. She said she's calling him an asshole and everything. And she wants blood, it looks like. But allegedly she had a fractured neck and a cut above her right eye, but she's not agreeing with everything. And now they're trying to trade him. Because they don't want to pay his $16 million. He got a 4-year, $82.5 million. That basically the first year, this year's guaranteed for almost 15.8, and then they owe him $3 million beyond the season. But everybody's saying he shouldn't be in the league anymore. I mean, guy's got issues, man. I don't disagree. Dwight Howard says if they don't add him to Team USA, he's playing for Taiwan and dropping 85 on them. Tristan Thompson, who won a ring in 2016 with the Cavs, is coming back. Devin Booker. Kyle Kuzma says, I'll be a role player for USA in 2024. He goes, that's what Kuzma says. We need guys that'll, do the dirty work or come off the bench and that stuff. And I think some guys are like, hey, man, I want to win a ring. I want to win a goddamn ring. So I'm doing whatever it takes to win a ring. Now, I didn't know this about, so Kyrie Irving lost his mother when she was 4. She went in for something and she died from a rare disease. And his dad was working in the World Trade Center, was in an escalator beneath the World Trade Center when the planes hit at 9/11 and was able just to escape and wanted to get home to his 2 kids. Like, he's a single dad raising Kyrie and his sister. And interesting that he was playing overseas. I think it was Australia, and he saw talent with his son, and he knew he had to get back to the States, and he gave up his career and he worked to make sure his kid had all the opportunities he could have, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I thought Kyrie did play in the NCAA tournament that year, but they didn't make the Final Four. But he missed pretty much the whole season. Came back for the NCAA tournament, then was the number 1 pick in the draft. I'm not a fan of him, but I do respect. Single dad is serious shit. His dad was the leading scorer at BU, was a phenomenal, wasn't drafted, then played a little bit in the NBA, then went overseas. And the OKC is building a new $900 million arena. Good for them, so they can remain in Oklahoma City through 2050, which would be good. Jaylen Brown, Ethan Fuller said, deservedly, I don't know, richest contract in NBA history, but he needs the guys around him to play. He's got to improve, but the players around him have to. Can't do it yourself. There's no I in team. No I in team. And Caitlin Clark and Iowa's women's basketball non-conference schedule, they're going to play at Kinnick Stadium against DePaul October 1st. They're playing Fairleigh Dickinson too. And Maui Invitational is likely to stay in Maui. Thank you, Seth Davis. And next door to us, Tom Brady and his son Jack, oldest son Jack, were training with Chris Brickley. There's a building right next to us, this luxury building, and Brady was there on Tuesday. But I was like, doesn't he have to be at school? And Winnipeg Jets got Adam Lowry captain. So I asked Angus about that, and he loves Lowry, would have waited another year to do it, but good choice. I said, okay. And then there was a whole thing where Mike Babcock and Captain Boone Jenner, I guess he asked Jenner to show pictures of his family and then put it up on Apple Play and put it up on the big board. And Spit and Chicklets said that he's done this before, and other guys will vouch for it, that, it's an invasion of privacy and all this stuff, and that he's done stuff in the past. And Bissonette said, tell him to knock off the bullshit. He said, yeah, and he said, stand by what he reported on Tuesday. Tell Babs he's to knock off the bullshit. Enough with putting guys in the spot in the coach's room, asking them to link their phones up to airplay mode and grilling them. I've had a ton of players confirm it. So I asked Angus what he thought about all this. He said, dumb on everyone's part, minus Brooke Jenner. It's weird for Babs to do that anyway, but Spit and Chicklets can kick rocks. He's not a fan. There's not enough personality in hockey, and the biggest bozos have the biggest hockey podcasts. I was like, all right. No, I've tried a few times to watch it, not my jam. Same thing I feel about Pat McAfee. I just don't. But, I don't know why he needs to see everybody's pictures. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal to me. I feel like he's the coach. I mean, you're not showing like nudies and all that stuff. I mean, you're showing pictures. But people get all bent out of shape over that shit. So, and Welcome to Wrexham is going to highlight the women's squad of the second season. I think that's kind of cool. Premiered on September 1st. DraftKings, Monday marked the 22nd anniversary of 9/11. And DraftKings, the fucking idiots, had a promotion, a never forget parlay, in which bettors could wager on the Yankees, Mets, and Jets to win it all. Dude, there's certain things. Someone put up a picture that another, Bumbles some with the 9/11, another jet crashed. It wasn't the only jet the jet wasn't the only thing to crash in 9/11, which I know people say it's funny. I don't think it's funny. I don't think this parlay, never forget parlay. You know what? It's a tough day for a lot of people, man. Living here during that time, I don't think you ever joke about it, man. It's rough. And Simona Halep was suspended for tennis for 4 years for doping violations. I'm like, dude, you're not coming back. You're done. And Shakur Stevenson and Edward De Los Santos will fight on November 16th. I don't even know who Edwin De Los Santos is. Edwin De Los Santos. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about him. The 135-pound title fight, November 16th. Stevenson's 20-0 with 10 KOs. I guess the Frank Martin deal couldn't be reached. So De Los Santos, 61 with 14 KOs. He rose off the canvas to score a third-round knockout over Jose Valenzuela September 2022, and then beat unanimous decision over Joseph Adorno in July. His defeat was an 8-round split decision against William Foster in 2022. Yeah, he'll meet the number 9 pound-for-pound fighter. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I think that's going to be a shit fight. And Religion of Sports teams up with Dr. Ibram X. Kendi in new ESPN series. It'll chronicle ongoing racial stereotypes in the sports world and reveals how common racism is in sports. It's co-produced by ESPN Plus Originals and Anscape, the association with Religion of Sports. It features analysis from Dr. Kendi himself alongside athlete profiles and roundtable discussions with players, academics, and journalists. Each installment explores history, statistics, and storytelling that challenges social standards. All 5 episodes of Skin of the Game will be available ESPN Plus on September 20th. Yeah, I mean it's a constant look at Trotter going. I mean Pagula and Jerry Jones. I mean the shit that they say it's prevalent. I mean Diggs, it was a white reporter, and it doesn't look good on the hot mic saying calling him and saying he's I'm waiting for him. He's ignoring us and stuff. I'm not saying it was a racist thing, but it doesn't. The optics don't look good. The optics don't look good at all. Yeah, Major League Pickleball and the PPA Tour merger. Listen, I'll play it. I'm not watching it. Good for them. And Colbert, Fallon, and Kimmel to put on live show to benefit staff. Because Michigan, I got furious. Not at her, but she said, "What's the big deal?" She goes, "These, the people behind the scenes have to pay for, have bills to pay too." Well, that's how you do it. Not Bill Maher going back to a show with no writers and he said it's going to be different because he doesn't want to lose a year of playing, and not with Drew Barrymore going back to work because I don't know. Because once some people start crossing the picket line, then other people, you have to stay strong. I mean, I have friends that are losing a lot of money. They're actors. They work as a living as actors. It's the only way they get paid, but they're not. They're fighting for a cause. They're not getting paid what they should. The studios are making millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, and you know what? They could share the wealth. I'm sorry, they don't need 18 houses. There are a lot of actors that are making. Not everybody's Tom Cruise. There's actors who make a living, but they're not living high in the hog. And I think, oh my God, Dax Shepard, I didn't even recognize him. He looks terrible. I mean, terrible. That couple annoys the hell out of me, man. They really do. But that stuff pisses me off. Yeah, it just bothers me. Yeah, Hurts and Brown got an exchange. Oh, kudos to Tony Gonzalez for trying, but Jason Kelsey wouldn't spill the Travis Kelsey Taylor Swift rumors. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah. That was pretty funny. So I wanted to see if I missed anything else there. Yeah, I don't know. Most games with 2+ rushing TDs by a quarterback in NFL history. Cam Newton with 10, Jalen Hurts with 9. Hurts has played 101 fewer games. That's crazy, right? That's awesome, but that's crazy. Yeah. UHF co-star David Bowe as a reporter in Winning Time. I'm back in. That's funny. That's funny. That slap happened 50 years ago. Yeah. I feel like people are just talking it for the sake of talking. I want to see if I missed anything else. Is that a new supplement thing? I don't care. MLB owners will vote in mid-November on A's Vegas proposal. All right. I didn't get my watch. 8-5. Diggs was critical of Bill's reporter, hurtful and insulting comments. Hey, I'm glad he said it, man. If it bothers him, it bothers him. I mean, hey. And yeah, I'm going to see if he's available. Get well soon, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, it was the same doctor who worked on Zach Wilson and Mehdi Becton. Nick Saban said keeping a standard of excellence within the culture is harder and harder to do because people have more and more options, and the more and more options you have, the less commitment you have. He said you need to be paranoid and think someone is coming for your job. Maybe that will get you going. So are they Mike Rodak? Are they coming for his job? I don't think so. But whatever. And how about this? They said this game should be on Juneteenth. Chris Creamer posted this at Sports Log. The Royals and Astros will wear throwback uniforms on Saturday as part of the KC Royals salute to the Negro Leagues celebration. Yeah, Eagles. Yeah, versus the KC Royals. The Astros will be Eagles versus the KC Royals. I like them. They're cool, man. Those are cool uniforms. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. And this is interesting. The women in UNC's athletics are just waiting for the investment to catch up to their successes. Rebecca Savage writes, more eyes on women's sports than ever, and the ball's in UNC's athletic court. Do not disagree. Oh, Michigan has just joined the show. Michigan, I'm almost done, but I love you very much. Yes, so yes, that was a great thing. Kelsey, #1 on streaming movie on Prime. I got to watch that. Puka Nakua did not practice due to oblique injury that'll affect Gumbo Chef. How about Quinnen's quote on turf? It could be a concrete for all I care. Okay. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and Jermaine O'Neal, not happy. He said, it's disappointing to watch teams every year recognize and celebrate the players who have been the franchise's very best players on and off the court, but yet the Pacers don't. It's been confusing and disappointing to say the least. Exclamation point. Yeah, he said his former team allowing Buddy Hield to wear his old number 7. I don't disagree, dude. You got to have some history with the team, and I think you got to respect, the players who got you there. I don't disagree. Yeah, and Jeff Ulbrich, when asked about Dak Prescott and his interception, he's got such a winner's mentality. He's got winner DNA, and you feel it. And see the tape, and it jumps out at you. You don't want to give him anything, but this is like blowing smoke up his ass. With all winners, at times, sometimes that's their superpower. Sometimes that's your kryptonite. It'll be interesting to see the version we'll get on Sunday, but he's a great player. He's very similar to Josh Allen in the fact that he can make plays in the pocket, outside the pocket. He can extend plays, which is true. He's been a very good quarterback in this league for a long time. It's going to be a great challenge for us. Thank you, John Makata, for that. Yes, but sometimes it's really annoying. I'm like, dude, who cares? Come on, dude, really? I mean, come on, that's a little ridiculous. Are they mowing the field? Yeah, they're mowing the field. Good for them. I like them mowing the field behind them. And Army and AAC are making progress. Decisions by the end of the month for Army to join. I like that, Pete Thamel. Thank you for that. The Braves have 5 more home runs than the Dodgers, 282 to 227. Fourth largest differential between 1 and 2. 1884, the White Stockings had 102. The 47 Giants had plus 65, and the 36 Yankees had 59. Yeah. And Spurs Stadium, multiple games through 2029. Yay, congrats, best of luck. Dominguez had Tommy John surgery. He's 9 to 10 months recovery. Bears cornerback Kyle Gordon Hand placed an injured reserve, missed at least the next 4 games. Josh Jacobs for the Lakers, he's working off the rust. And Stephen A. Smith always has something to say. He says, with Hill and Jalen Waddle, Tua, all 3 of them, throwing them the football, I think that gives them a better chance than the Bills. I trust Tua to take the Dolphins to the Super Bowl before Buffalo. I guess we're going to see, dude. I guess you know what? Tua can't stay healthy, though. We've played 1 game. I mean, I'm sorry. Josh Allen doesn't get injured like he does. I think it's way too early. Yeah. Buffalo hasn't been 0-2 since 2018. Well, could happen. Well, I don't think they're going to let. Who's Buffalo playing this week? Who's Bills playing this week? That's what I wanted to see. Bills. Buffalo Bills. Host Raiders. Got to get the win, guys. Got to get the win. All right, what else did I miss? Garrett Wilson made a point about Zach Wilson. We were always got our brothers' backs. If he doesn't know that, I'm doing my job wrong. I want to make sure I give him all the empowerment in the world. Okay. Good luck. And Deion Sanders, Letterman and All-State honoree in football, basketball, and baseball. And he said in high school he once dropped 38 and had 2 dunks in a game. And when he took off his shoes, 2 roaches fell out dead. My teammates clown me. He said his senior year averaged 25 points and 22 dunks, All-State guard in playing basketball. Pretty cool pick, right? Dion, man, no joke. The real deal. Most games hitting a home run and stealing a base in a single MLB regular season. Ricky Henderson did it 13 times in 86. Bobby Bonds did it 12 times in 73. And Barry Bonds did it 11 times in 92. And Acuna this year has done it 11 times. There's only one. There's only one. There's only one Ricky Henderson. Only one Ricky. That's it. So, and Michael King, since moving to the rotation, 5 starts, a 1.27 ERA, 29 Ks, 4 base on balls, and 3 earned runs. Respect. Big Ben is not coming. Come on, Big Ben is not coming. No. Yeah, and they said NFL premium seating boom responds to demand from well-heeled fans. Good for them. Yes. And Omari Hampton, over 200 yards last in the overtime win over Appalachian State, got ACC running back of the week. And there are all these murals up for Liberty that are in the WNBA playoffs, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah. Did I miss anything else? I saw some guys. Most passing yards opening day. Tua, 466, only 7 behind Marino, who had 473. Norm Van Brocklin, 554 in 1951. How about this? Have you hit more than 200 doubles this season? Every team is yes, except for the Mets and Yankees. I thought that was it. Thank you, Jake Huda. Everybody except the Mets and Yankees with 200. Is that crazy? I feel like I missed something else. No. Brianna Stewart, AP Player of the Year. I talked about Caitlin Clark. Tom Brady and his kid. Yeah, there's this massive high school in Texas, Dallas Prosper, overcrowding north of Dallas. Prosper ISD just opened another new high school, Walnut Grove, with a massive gym, football facility, weight room, and food court. Money in Texas is out of control. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. So most turnovers from September 11th, 2018 to September 11th, 2023. It is Allen with 84, Goff with 80, Mayfield with 78, Matt Ryan with 78, Derek Carr with 76, Cousins with 73, and Carson Wentz with 68. So I say stay away from all of them. All right. You know what, dude? That's all I got for today. All right, let me get the Jet fan flipping off Monday Night Football. Yeah, he was pissed off. All right. So let me get to some trivia questions. And Mass Comic, thank you so much for bringing nothing to the show today. I appreciate it very much. So thank you. Yeah. Please never, ever contact me when you're in a train. If I wanted that, I would just talk to a brick wall, which would give me nothing back. So thank you, but no thank you. All right. Last show's trivia question was yeah, we're done. Yeah, you're not coming on. So you had your chance. There are rules in life. You never contact someone to be in a show when you're on a fucking train in New York City or anywhere. You do it with someone when I actually can talk to you. You don't waste my time. I bust my ass doing my show, and I find that disrespectful to me. So I'd like an apology because I would never do that to you or anybody else's show. That's me. I'm keeping it real here. Got a lot going on right now. And I need people that are serious and committed to what I do. And Josh is like that. Bumbles is like that. And you do something stupid like that, just pisses me off. And you don't want to see me angry. Because when I get angry, it's not pretty. So I'm keeping it cool right now. And no, you're probably not on the show for about another. I think you're banned now. We'll talk. You can participate if you want, but I'm not having you on the show, brother. So wish you luck. Best of luck. Peace out. So last show's trivia question was, Jake Moody, first rookie kicker to go 3 for 3 or better on extra points and field goals in a season opener since Justin Tucker, who did it in 2012. So Moody had 3 field goals, 3 extra points in the 37-win Sunday San Francisco over the Steelers. Okay. Sunday, Dolphin went over the Chargers. Tua had 466 passing yards. Tariq had 215 receiving yards. When was the last time a quarterback wide receiver duo had 450 plus passing yards and 200 plus receiving yards in a week one game? So when was the last time before Sunday that they had a passer who had 450 plus passing yards and a receiver with 200 plus receiving yards in a week one game? Was it 2012, 2007, 1994, or never? So Michigan, Josh, thank you. Mass Comic. You know what they did, Monday Night Football game? The big fuck you. Yeah, because I don't get you. I don't get the things you do. I don't get people who aren't funny. That's not funny to me. So I'd say thank you, but no thank you. I'd like to thank Flash Gordon. I wish he could be playing for the Jets, but he's only a fictitious character. I want to thank, Josh. I want to thank Bumbles. I want to thank Lanker. And I hope everybody, send my love to my mom, my dad, Carol and Carol. And yeah. Harris, thanks for the good stuff. And Jets and Marco, thanks for Marco, Jay. It was great talking to you. Gumbo Chef, great workout today. Great talking about football and stuff. Harris, I get you in fantasy football this week. So everybody, peace out. It's late. I got to go to bed. Talk to you later. Oh man, I talked a long time. Peace out.